What is going on, everyone? My name's Boy, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the left side of the map in the red color, playing as Poseidon. His name is ChronoJJ. His opponent today in the blue color, playing as Ra, is Horror. These are two relatively unknown players. I don't think I've ever heard of either of them, to be honest. Like ChronoJJ, I mean, these are just absolute randoms. Just another recorded game review from the fans. I'm just kidding. This is the ChronoJJ. He is the man behind the monitor, well, of his own stream. But he is playing the Poseidon in this game. He's known for his Ra, not his Poseidon, so we'll see what he can do here. Horror, on the other hand, I don't know much about. I think he plays on the ladder a bit. I see his rate fluctuating between somewhere like the low 1700s, mid 1700s. So gonna be an interesting game, and we'll see what happens here. Ra versus Poseidon on Savannah. Ra versus Poseidon on Savannah. An interesting matchup. It's funny because at the highest level, I feel like Poseidon just wins this map because Ra's gonna really struggle against Nemean Lions, and then like there's these new strategies that that people like Matrius and the like who are playing at that top level are kind of making with when your opponents have not like a secure second goal line. It turns out the best sort of way to play against that is either 1 or 2 town center semi-fast mythics. And then you can follow it up with the Chimera running in and picking off gold mines and such, and lots of raiding and harassing with the heroes and things like that. So yes, but this is ChronoJJ we're talking about. I doubt he knows about those deep strategies which are in the cutting edge of the meta. And we get an unlucky lion over here getting pulled in. The micro from ChronoJJ bringing that lion back into the town center. Gonna eat it. He's gonna lose the. So this is what happens when you get a little bit old. You don't really pay attention too much to the little things. But this villager was holding 9 gold, and he just threw it all away. And also, what's this storehouse doing? I think this... Yeah, the storehouse is too close to the gold line. I can't even... I'm not gonna... Let's just pretend it's not happening. Let's just look away. We're gonna look away. And Horror is... Okay, let's look away from that as well. And that. Okay, we're just going to look here for now. And we've got Horror getting his temple up. This is fairly standard for Ra. You get the monument up. You get the temple up. And you want to be grabbing your food over here. It's very, very good. This is what we like to see. Like a good amount of villagers on gold. You don't want to go too heavy on the gold first. You want to put about 10 villagers onto food first. Make sure you can get your way to the next stage in a decent fashion. Make sure you can. I like this. This is pioneered by Joe, the old house wall. Really good defensive maneuver here from Horror. But generally speaking, Ra wants to advance to the classical age on this map at about 4 minutes 45, 5 minutes the latest. If you're going Bast, you can go a bit later because you want to get the double monuments, which you are seeing coming from Horror. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a Bast play here from Horror. But given the hump that he's found, he hasn't found this hump, which is unfortunate, mostly because he didn't scout it. But given the hump that he's found, going Bast is probably going to be a bad idea, which kind of means the second monument is a bit of a waste of resources, unfortunately. Now, ChronoJJ has got the temple up in the middle of the map, and he's going through Hermes, though. The middle temple generally means that we're looking to do some sort of Athena rush, and ChronoJJ spotted the mining camp here, so he's going to know that he could possibly be very aggressive by coming around this side, positioning Hippolyta here, and then just sieging away at this gold mine for days, and maybe forcing Ra to have to use a shifting sands to kill that Hippolyta off. And beyond that, if he had gone Ares here, he could pestilence the barracks or the Migdol or something like that. But it's looking like the Theseus is walking up, holding the Sistrum of Bast. An interesting decision there, but a decision nonetheless. Oh, the storehouse was fine. I take it all back. ChronoJJ wins. Spreading out the goats a little bit. I don't know if this is on purpose. Ra generally doesn't steal goat because he can't find them or anything like that. And now we've got the Centaur moving in. The villagers moving back to their base. Horror's going to have quite a... Well, he doesn't actually have that many resources in his base. And now we do see the houses are trying to get up over here. This one's not being built at all. And the Theseus and the Centaur are going to be coming in. There is Bast coming through, though, for Horror. So I'm not sure that he's going to be able to do all too much with these Sphinx, given how low his food economy is going to be. He's going to have to spend a lot of gold onto farms here. And these are not Shadoof farms as well, which means that it gives ChronoJJ a really nice opportunity to put the pressure on and get gold starting. So we'll see if Horror can do anything here. He may just run straight for this town center over here. No, that would be a fairly bad idea as well. The only thing I can see for him that might help him defend here is building a couple more priests and utilizing he doesn't have shifting sand, so he can't even do that, but get a couple of priests out to push back the Hippolyta, make the Sphinx go and raid, build a couple of Sphinx and spam those farms up and get an early rain out. We do see the Sphinx trying to chase down the Centaur. Theseus going to chase the Sphinx away. And ChronoJJ moving forward. Onto these chickens. Does he know about this? He knows. He's getting the second town center. He knows about this hunt, but he's deciding to eat the berries really far outside of his base and nothing else. Very, very interesting indeed. We're just going to be fighting back against the Cryo Sphinx. These are going to be fast. Just like Horror is really quick on those upgrades. There's a lot of wood income. Excuse me. He also should be able to buy Hierarcho Sphinx. Hierarcho Sphinx? Who knows? Which makes it really... The villager losses can be fairly big in this game. With the Sphinxes being able to kill quite a few of them. But we'll see what Horror can do here. ChronoJJ on the other hand, because he went for this early town center, actually, honestly, given the current meta, you can, or the way that people are playing this, not even the current meta, just what you can do, you can get this second town center out faster than ChronoJJ has done this game and also get out Hippolyta early. And we do see that there's no like there's no like wood being spent just yet for ChronoJJ in this game. So not building any Hippolyta, not building any stables or anything like that, and just trying to boom as best as he can. Get a little pot shot there with the Centaur. He's only going to be able to hit the Sphinx with those specials. And then the Hippolyta should be coming out at still no Hippolyta. There she is. Very important unit to be getting against this build from Horror. And now Horror's got some farms coming up. Only 9 farms. Remember, this is a Bast Ra, so you can't really spam out as many farms as you'd like to. And he has quite an amount of food in the bank, but no armory. So there's the armory. No, it's a barracks. No armory started just yet, so he can't even just like go straight to the next stage. We'll see what he wants to do with that. It's not even a bad idea for Horror to go for a gold starve in this matchup. It's a little bit delayed because this gold mine shouldn't go down very fast, but I mean, ChronoJJ's got 700 gold in the bank. He's really overmined this gold mine for the start of this game. Generally, if we're looking at any of the top Greek players, they'll only have like... I mean, by this stage, they'll probably have 10 villages on gold, maybe, but they won't have been mining it until around now. So it's a big difference indeed. Anyways, Horror now deciding to go for a second town center. I mean, fair enough. Got to catch up on the economy somehow. I like the thought process. You see the walls are up and Theseus is looking for something. I was just looking for the relic. It may come in handy. 5% extra Toxotes hit points is it's going to be a useful one, that's for sure. The Sphinx Raid's coming in, pushing ChronoJJ back. Shouldn't really lose any villages here. Yeah, especially if you target 2 separate ones. I think you need... Oh god, he instantly drops them back out to come out, but... The Sphinx is getting low. They're actually going to have to go back to their base and... or at least one of them go back to their base and get healed back up here. Some spearmen coming in as well, and ChronoJJ sitting at nearly 2,000 resources in the bank. And no archery ranges either, so... He could just go straight farms now. Take villages all... Yeah, he's taking all the villagers off gold, which is smart, but we'll see. Or he's trying to kill off a Sphinx with his villagers. Nice micro, though. More Sphinx coming back in. There is this really low HP Hieroko Sphinx here, which the Hippolyta is not microing onto. And I like the... Oh, good snipe there. I like that the villager was jabbing away at the Sphinx here, the full HP one. It slows the Sphinx down, lets the other villagers get away. So nice play so far. Beyond that, that wasted 9 gold at the start of the game. Absolute tragedy. But I like Horror's base here. He's nice and walled up. Can't be like touched or anything like that. And also mining from many different large gold mines means that he's not going to run out of a certain gold mine and cause himself to run into any issues too early into the game. Still no rain yet, which is a little bit surprising. Considering he's on 2 town centers, he's got the 2 villages going, but he may be sitting on 0% if he doesn't rain, and that's happening here. Does he have upgrades? He does have the plow and the husbandry, and the sacred cats actually. I believe there's like an amount of upgrades on the farms where sacred cats does nothing for you, and I think it is when you rain. So generally speaking, you should rain before investing into sacred cats. I'm not 100% sure on exactly what it is, but I know there's a combination of upgrades which make sacred cats get nullified. Not sure exactly. I think it's plow, sacred cats, and husbandry, because that seems to be something that might happen. Spearman raids, an interesting decision. When you have the speedy Sphinx, you want to be raiding with them. These spearmen are not going to be that good at all. And also ChronoJJ playing very far back. Not going to be looking for too much action here. It's very, very boomy. And not only that, the rain comes down and there's 26 farms for the JJ Master himself. And Horror's only got 25, so he's ChronoJJ actually, or he's got 28 now, he's built more, but ChronoJJ actually has more food economy coming in than Horror. I mean, he gets extra bonus %, but that's irrelevant because these are Greek villages, which gather faster than the Egyptian villages, right? So the extra gather time kind of gets nulled out or whatever. That's the thing. Another house coming up for ChronoJJ. Losing a couple of villages. Not going to matter too much. He did have the town center up first. So he's still going to be ahead on the villages. At least for the time being. And it is about this time that we do see the next days. Choosing Dionysus here. I think oftentimes when we see our opponents, when we see Egyptian players going, I mean, at any point, Aphrodite is generally considered better than Dionysus. But generally speaking, if we see our opponents going classical army, you want to go Curse even more, because Curse works off of HP, and if your opponent's got a bunch of spearmen, they've only got 77 HP, so you're going to hit more units with the Curse. So it just becomes even better against those spearmen that are coming out. But Dionysus has its own benefits as well, especially in the late game. Get out that Bacchanalia, makes your units really tanky, hard to kill. You do lose out on Divine Blood though from what do you call it? I can't think. Divine Blood from Aphrodite. But it's not going to matter. We just see the Sphinx is going to be tearing down this temple. Going to allow Horror to get access to those relics. Does he have the upgrade? He does, so he can just pick these relics up. System of Vast, Girdle of Hippolyta, all for the taking there. That's why you don't build your temple in the middle of the map, folks. Especially don't put your relics in the middle. But I wouldn't be surprised to see Horror just leaving these relics anyways, just to spite ChronoJJ here. Now, the Rock going to be flapping its wings in, going to spot the Hippocon army here, looking for a Locust. Generally speaking, you want a Locust, if you're playing against Greek, you want a Locust, either hit a raid and Locust, or if you're not going to be able to raid your opponent, hit their farms because it does the most damage. You can check out ChronoJJ has 1,000 resources in the bank, so really damaging ChronoJJ's economy is never going to do you any work at all because he's always floating resources. So, anyways, we got the Sukkos coming through. I think ChronoJJ can actually use these resources to jump straight to the Mythic Age here. He does have to be worried about the gold, but he does have Ceasefire, so he may be able to get away with some stuff there. There is an Eclipse, which can prevent the Ceasefire, but if the Eclipse comes early, you just run away, let him kill all this stuff, have your Militia defend a little bit, delay him from pushing in, and then Ceasefire after the Eclipse, come back with the Chimera spawn, the Earthquake, and all the other good things. And now the Rock coming in though. ChronoJJ going to get hurt here. Big rock drop. Villagers instantly running away, but Horror decides that he would rather respond to the raid. What? Locust coming down. Not the best. Does manage to save most of those villagers. Only loses 3 of them. One getting jabbed away, but the rest will be able to get away. So unfortunately, a really big raid here from ChronoJJ. He has the heavy cavalry upgrade, but he does not have anything else in that regard. And he's only sitting at, well, he's sitting at 130 population, but only on 2 town centers. So he has some stuff that he needs to get here in order to defend. I'm surprised to see no Atlanta here for oh, there it is. There's the Atlanta. Atlanta and Hippolyta chilling up at the top while the Eclipse comes in. And ChronoJJ going to have to retreat away from this. Theseus jabbing away. These siege towers and sphinxes will be able to tear down this fortress if they choose to, but kind of been a little bit... I don't really know what they're doing in this time here. Hey, not really making any decisions. Trying to kill off the villagers, but they're kind of too fast for their own good. Now Atlanta coming in here. She can kill myth units like no other. She's one of the fastest myth units. Not myth units, one of the fastest heroes in the game with the 6.0 speed. So she can compete with these Sphinx here. We can see the villagers on the favor getting picked off as well. ChronoJJ floating even more resources in Horror. He's doing the same actually. He could be buying some upgrades like fortified town centers. Thinking about getting, well, he's got all the upgrades. Thinking about getting irrigation and flood control wouldn't be a bad idea. Can't get flood control. Going through Horus, getting irrigation, getting all those upgrades at this point wouldn't be a bad idea. Still spamming the units out and trying to push through. These heavy cavalry are doing absolute work right here in defending against this. Hippolyta needs to kill this Bitsukos because he does damage, man. 82.5 damage per second, I believe. It's crazy, right? It drops down to 55, but after that, it should be totally... Still a scary unit, still does a lot of damage, and now ChronoJJ has defended against this attack, and that was the big trump card that Horror had, so we'll see what he can do here, but it's not looking good. It felt like he did not do enough damage with that attack at all. I mean, he killed off a couple of villagers, but at this point ChronoJJ would have been full, almost full villagers, and he's building them back up again, but the damage... It's not that much. Looking up to the top here, going to be picking off some more villagers of Horror, who is going to the Mythic Age. ChronoJJ could be going to the Mythic Age as well if he had a market. Just trade that 1500 wood in for gold and get there. Be no issue. Another thing you could be thinking about doing is throwing down a bunch of military academies here. In the Heroic Age for Poseidon, and for Greek in general, against Atlantean, not against Atlantean, against Egyptian, it's a really big move to tech switch into infantry at this point in the game. When you started to wall off the entire map, you don't really need the move speed from your Hippocon, which is another reason why we see Aphrodite a little bit more, because people move away from the Hippocon. But we'll see. And now Horror comes in with the Horus. Horus. It's a thing. Heavy Spearman coming in as well. That's going to tilt this fight in his own, in Horror's advantage. The Tornado coming into this town center with the fortified town centers getting researched here. I think the town center will go down much faster than the town center will get the fortified town centers. And unluckily for ChronoJJ, the militia that spawned from some of those buildings did get picked off as well by the Tornado. There is still a ceasefire, so it's plenty of time to recoup the damage done on that Tornado. Some raids going on while this is all happening. I love that from ChronoJJ. It's really important. Well, it's not important, but it's like a thing you can do, which at the low to medium level of play can deal a lot of damage, because the players, they're not able to split their mind up and being like, I could be getting raided now, I have to deal with this. You see a stable going up in the bottom of the map here, and Horror going to pick that off with the cavalry, but now he has to somehow defend or kill off the stable. It's going to take a long time for the cavalry to pick it off. So nice little trade there, one villager and a stable. Could even build some, what are they called? I just had a brain blank. Prodromus here, just to pick these cavalry off and then cause some pain onto the camel caravans and these villages that are over here as well. Opting for the Hippocon, because why not? And the Avenger coming back in to delay this settlement. Surprised to see no ceasefire. It would be a very quick fix. There's the ceasefire, and he will be getting the town center up, and you get some villages up here. Fortified town centers trying to get bought. Does he have a market? No market, but he could buy a bunch of food back to keep his economy coming. No problems there. But the ball is completely in Horror's court right now. Whenever your opponent ceasefires, you have to think about, okay, I've got a minute now. What can I do with this minute? I love this from Horror. Wall up the entire map. Perfect. Throw these walls up everywhere. Get them set up and quarter the map off. Get stone walls and buy all your upgrades. Horror going to be floating some resources as well. He's only got the one armory, which is a big thing for, I think it's a really big thing for every civilization, but Ra specifically, or Egyptian specifically, because they have 3 armories. So you just want to get these armories built, especially from like villages on resources that you have excess of, like wood. You can just grab 2 wood villages here. You're not going to notice the lost resources, and you're going to have 3 armories to get those armory upgrades out. And you'll see these heavy spearmen will become iron spearmen in a very short period of time. It's really, yeah, it's really big. And now Horror making his move in. I don't know if I like this. The what do you call it? The pacifists are out now. Bronze has to come down to defend, but the pacifists going to counter this army pretty brutally. And there is, what's this, Thracian horses and Spirited Charge. So these Hippocon are huge, 217 HP, and with bronze as well. That's so much more effective HP against the Spearmen who are trying to run away here. And the Spearmen don't have any of those Horus upgrades, which he needs. You absolutely need the Horus upgrades to beat these Poseidon Hippocon. It's such a weird dynamic here, because the Spearmen, they only have 10% extra damage against cavalry, which is essentially like having copper weapons on your opponent. But and they've only got 101 HP, so it's not that big of a deal. ChronoJJ getting a little bit too aggressive here, it looks like. Should be looking for some other angles to fight, which I like that he's kind of retreating here and picking off some units at the bottom of the map. We've got walls trying to get up over here, and the spearmen coming up into this location as well to defend. At this point, it's looking like Horror's kind of not building any wood units. He should just build like an extra 10 farms, have 7 villages on food, and 7 villages on wood and 31 villages on food, so he can just pump those food villages a little bit faster. But not going to happen just yet. Still going to find the pressure. ChronoJJ still got all the resources he needs. He's got another large gold mine over here. He can start trading fairly easily, and starting to build these pacifists is going to be key. I'd love to see Barknali getting built as well, unless he's already got it. Let me just check. No, he doesn't. So there's this technology you can grab. I keep on saying it right. Barkanalia gives yourself extra 5% unit hit points on every single one of your units for only, what is it, 300 wood? 300 wood? 200 wood? 300 wood, 20 favor. So imagine these Hippocon all go up by 5%, so that's like 10 HP for each of these, a bit over 10 HP for each of these Hippocon, which is huge when you consider that the Spearmen are on 101 HP. It gives them an extra attack or two of resistance against these Spearmen to deal even more damage against them. Random dock going down here. I like it. It's going to defend this fortress from some sort of siege shenanigans. And Horror looking to move forward. Oh, the guard tower is coming down. The span coming down. Can he support it though? That's the question. How is his trade route looking? It's not. You're not really ready to start this landing just yet. You need to be gathering the resources here and setting up your trade. This is something that we see from pro players, or the not pro players, but the top level players, the experts, is they know exactly when to start spamming towers, and it's always when they have a really strong trade setup. And if you start making the towers early, you're going to find yourself running into some problems, like not being able to afford, say, your upgrades here, or something like that, and having heavy chariot when you could have champion chariot right now as well. You can see he's not upgrading that. He's spending his gold on some silly things, but still able to keep pushing. So that's the advantage currently. But ChronoJJ still not in the mythic age. Hephaestus coming through though. Archery rangers spamming down. You do want to transition into that late. It's funny. I'm thinking about it just now. It's funny. Greek, or Poseidon specifically, is a god which you want to transition. You want to start with cavalry, transition into infantry, and then transition into archers as the game goes on. So you want to have every single unit. You have to build every single unit throughout the game. They all have their own specific niches or like situations you want to have them in. And I like that ChronoJJ is setting that one up there. You see Forge of Olympus coming through, and the upgrades for ChronoJJ are non-existent, so they'll be coming through very, very fast. I believe they all have the same build time, right? 30 seconds, 40 seconds, and 50 seconds. I tell a lie, they're not all the same, but you get every single upgrade out in just over 2 minutes, right? Or just under 2 minutes? Just over 2 minutes? I don't know, I can't do math. Or maybe in 2 minutes. Anyways, Catapult coming in and trying to take down this fortified town center. He does have masons, does have fortified town centers as well. So that's going to be a big help. Polyphemus coming out to help bash away these Avengers. It's funny, this unit tends to be very, very bad at dealing with many myth units, but he is really good at killing those Avengers. If he gets onto them, that is. But I guess he does have the Atlanta to chase them around. Avengers are fast, man. With that 5.5 speed. Not that fast. Not that fast. But if the Polyphemus gets onto these Avengers with his special, he can basically one-hit them. But there are some stronger myth units which are a little bit different. Just because they have such little HP or whatever. And the bonuses are pretty big. We just see the Heteroi. The Heteroi are going to try and pick off this guard tower, maybe? Okay. Well, but guard towers do have... We has the... what's it called? Boiling oil? Got some interesting upgrades here. It's not something that I would ever prioritize. If you're going to buy boiling oil, you can get it late game, but then you have to market your towers to make sure they're not using their boiling oil. It's too much effort if you ask me. What is happening over here? Got some side builds coming in. Fortress. You can build like a Heliopolis and start pushing down this side of the map. This is a pretty brutal forest here. If he loses this position, which looks like he's about to lose, one wall from here up to here is going to give Petropolis a sieging opportunity on this town center. And Horror is doing the classic Egyptian thing of just focusing on one area of the map currently and not securing his weak positions. And you have to be really aware. We are seeing some barracks getting thrown up over here, which is good. But one barracks spamming units is going to be a bit difficult. He's sitting at full population. He needs to get up some more things over here. And the Heteroi should be able to pick off this guard tower fast enough. And we'll pick that one off and then go over and kill off the Laborer maybe. Well, meanwhile, the Colossus is kind of just whacking away at the heavy chariots. He just eat a tree. He's doing it again. He's tanking. He's tanking. It's not fast enough though, right? How much? He hits 30 HP a second, right? He gets back 30 HP a second, and these chariots will deal more than that very easily. But he's trying. Trying to keep the Colossus alive. Wouldn't be a bad idea to just get out Silver Colossus to help him live just a little bit longer though. Maybe even gonna get... No, he gets down. Sad times. Not only that, but... Horror has kind of also done the classic mistake of going Horus here. I think he felt like he had the win in the bag. It's kind of like a... If you don't win with Horus as... Or Thoth for that example. As Egyptian against Greek, you can run into some real big problems against Colossus. Because you don't have a good answer as Ra without the Son of Osiris or the mummies, right? So you can... it can be a real tough time for you, which is going to be a thing we see. Pharaoh's over here. Trade route still going on. I think this is about time you want to have had... Yeah, this is definitely too many camel caravans. It's got over 30, and they aren't going to the right town center either. They're only getting 84 gold. They could definitely be getting 100 plus. You can see ChronoJJ's trade route on the other hand. Oh, beautiful. 123. Seasoned professional here. Knows exactly how to make his markets correctly. Aura still chilling in the middle of the map, trying to make a pathway for himself. He's just out of population here because he's got so much economy. I mean, it's not a bad idea to overpop on the camel caravans, but they need to having a good trade route, I believe. Well, I've said it before, but I think... Well, we got the rock drops coming in. I think the... if your gold is over 100 in the caravans, then it's better to have a caravan going than it is to have a villager on a gold mine with quarry. We do see the town center going down, which is going to be frustrating for ChronoJJ. He's going to have to send a Politer over here to deal with this, because it's a very difficult thing to deal with for Greek. We'll see. Anyways, I was saying if you're getting 100 plus gold, you shouldn't have villagers on gold. So you can get rid of them all. You can see Horror's got 17 villagers on gold. Just get rid of them. You don't need them. And that means your economy is a little bit more in line with what it should be. And not only this, he does have engineers. I tell a lie. We're going after some houses here. Doesn't know the amount of shots you need to take down a house. Not a seasoned rock raider here. But while this is going on, ChronoJJ set up his wall. And he can start going after this town center. A little gate here to get these metropolis through may be useful. And then he can just go after the town center, and it's not going to matter. The Toxotes are here, trying to pick off the rock that's maybe going to do a drop to try and take the town center down. But nope, I'm getting out of here. 4.5 speed enough to run away from these Toxotes that only have 4 speed. So no problems there. Baluster Tower coming up. Horror is dead set on trying to get in on this town center. He can't just throw up walls here. Many walls. I mean, he's got 5 catapult here and a rock. And not a bad idea to just rock here and he's going to be fine. But now the catapult are onto this town center. Another stone wall is up. If Mercenary are built, which Horror has excess gold right now. He has so much gold in the bank, just not spending it wisely at all because he's just got so much population in the village account. If you just send villagers forward like he's got 12 villages here, so it's not even that he's got so many more villager population right now than it even looks like from the village account. But just grab these villagers, send them forward, be obnoxious with them, throw them away. Just try and build as many towers here as you possibly can. He does kill off the town center. ChronoJJ's got his back town center already back up as well. He's got a lot of resources in the bank, so it's not like this is doing all too much for him in terms of this attack if you can't keep this town center down. So you need to move in and just build towers here, lame up this town center, prevent Poseidon from getting it back, and then it's just going to be over for him. But I'm not seeing that happening. He wants to mine out this gold mine. He wants it so badly. And meanwhile, this town center is getting really close to be going down. And we're seeing the catapult picking off the stable, which is giving ChronoJJ, his own little mercenary, little minion dudes to fight back against the tyranny that is the mercenary cavalry going after the Petropolis. But Catapult and the like have picked off the wall there, and we'll be able to take down these Petropolis if he can get onto it. Now the Rock going to be moving around yet again, going for the back town center. I don't think this is necessary at all. As soon as you see the Rock comes over here to take down this town center, you just build this one back, send their poles over here, send villagers around, try and pick the Rock off, get this town center back up. If the catapult just stayed here, then this town center never gets back up, and even if you lose this town center, which you shouldn't, you will be able to win this game. And we do see the tower push, but it's awfully slow. There's no priest here or pharaoh, and here the Rock is, and the villagers moving in. The Polity going to pick off the Rock. I would not pick these catapult up. They are doomed. With the Polity being here, she will snipe this Rock. The villagers will fall. They will get one last town center, and that's going to be a lot of pop space for ChronoJJ to have here. More catapult moving in to take this town center down. ChronoJJ not actually able to do too much here, but imagine if these villagers were just moving in with the towers. Still trying to defend against this with only mercenary. If you just build one priest over here and put it onto the town center, then Horror can just spam these mercenary out really quickly. They take 3 seconds to build and 1 second to build, right? But with the I guess it doesn't do that much, but the priest will help repair the fortified town center basically forever. Unless you have like 5 catapult, which is way too much population for ChronoJJ to be investing in that over there. Secret of the Tides is also on its way for Horror. And the middle town center is coming in as well. It's just looking pretty grim for ChronoJJ. I don't see him with many options here. He has to basically get like a trade block over here or something, but 8,000 gold in the bank. I just don't know. Where are the villagers? The villagers moving forward onto this. There's the Titan going down in his base. And he's going to send his just one villager over onto it. Okay, fair enough. Why not? And now... he's not lamed it. He tried to get the town center up without putting towers down first. If you just put the towers down first, there's nothing here that can really stop. I mean, there's the Heliopolis, but you can just pick that off with the villagers and such, and then just swarm in with a bunch of chariot archers and what do you call them, spearmen. And ChronoJJ looking a little bit grim here. He has managed to push this back. If he gets enough villagers onto this town center and picks off these catapulting, may be able to get the town center back up before this catapult gets into the line of attack here. And all of these are, even with the extra HP, he's probably got all the upgrades now. He does, and they're sitting at 255 HP. They have 255 HP Hippocon, right? But balance the tower, pick them off in like 5 shots, because they just do so much damage because the extra damage or something. What's it from Crenellations? 100% extra damage. So you can imagine that these are doing 32 damage a shot times 2, and they pick them off. They kill them. They kill them so fast. Cavalry dies so quickly. Now the Petropolis making their way through here. Yet again, going to set this stone wall back up. JJ's still not able to get this down center. And finally, some baluster towers coming up here. There's not that many villagers. And Horror is back on the villager grind again. Someone needs to make a guide on late game macro decisions. Here we go. I like the pharaohs being brought forward. Does not need the extra gold from the market, so use it to get the towers up. Need to be super careful not to lose it though. The Toxotes coming in to focus fire. The Pharaoh who's attacking the Stonewall for some reason, but good Marco to pull it back. JJ's Toxotes running very close to this line of towers as well, so that's going to hurt quite a bit. The Pharaoh has gotten out of there, and he's just spamming rocks everywhere. And meanwhile, Horror not paying attention. If he loses this town center, there's next to no way for him to get it back. I mean, the Titan will probably get him back because he can just move it up, but the town center goes down. And ChronoJJ's got complete control over this situation here. There's no population space for Horror to build these catapult out, and this game has just turned completely on its head. Now that's 20 population gone for Horror, and it's even population counts now. So now ChronoJJ can pretty much effectively fight back here and get this town center back, utilizing these really strong cavalry to pick off the catapult and everything else. And there's no spearmen being built out at the moment for these for the Ra player here. And not only that, the spearmen don't have any of those Horus upgrades, which you desperately need to counter these Poseidon fully upgraded Hippocon. And I think right now, yeah, ChronoJJ just has to grab all these villages and go for this town center. We see him doing it. He's running really low on resources here, but that's fine because he's actually not sitting at full population. But as long as he can pick off the catapults with the Heliopolis over here, he may be able to get this town center back up. You see the settlement trying to get back up for Horror, but everything else is going down. More villagers moving forward. Not sure what they're going to do. Really low on wood here. Can't even build this town center up, and he needs to pick somewhere to grab. And I don't hate it. He could just grab this town center for himself, right? Just send some Hippocon in to pick off these villages. He doesn't have to get this town center. He just has to prevent Horror from getting it and get the own town center for himself. But now we have the Titan coming out for ChronoJJ. He's going to be looking for some devastation here. But on top of all of this, this means Horror now effectively only has 120 population to play with. He has only 120 population because this Titan has 20 cost 20 population. This town center's down, so he's it's going to be difficult for him to keep this town center from going back up now. As long as ChronoJJ can find the resources, he will be able to get that one back. So we'll see where he chooses to go with the Titan. I think the first protocol has to be get your town center back, but just not able to do it just yet. The Hippocon are going to be picking off every single one of these villages. All the Petropoli are over here. Titan's stamping around, being a little bit silly going this way. Should have bashed down the walls over here. Another rock coming out as well. That's even more wasted population there for the time being. Some little rock attack, well, not a rock attack, it's catapult raid coming in, just walking in from the side, and we try and take down the town center. ChronoJJ not going to notice that one for some time. There is a Polyphemus over here, so he may check his idle military at some point. But we'll see if he notices the blue dot taking down this town center, or if ChronoJJ is going to lose that one. And now the Titan is going to be trying to clear this one up, but sneaking a guard tower in the back. I like the distraction. These Petropoli, you need to be targeting down the Titan as much as you can because they deal the most damage out of any unit you have. They've got the 14 crush and the 6 hack damage, so they get multiple damages done. And there's the wonder for Horror. That seems like it seems excessive, but considering the position he had. But I guess, I mean, if you feel like that's the only way you can win, you really have to have a better situation set up on this side of the map, though. He does still have a lot of gold in the bank, so he can buy his food if he needs it. It wouldn't be a bad idea to just do so. He's only got like 6 villages on this, and he's spamming villages out of all of his town centers. Just buy some food, my dude. You got 10k gold. 10k gold. It's hurting, it's hurting. And meanwhile, ChronoJJ able to just defend here with the souped up champion Hippocon. It's just, it hurts to see, but the Heliopolis are just moving in, and I think Horror has just completely lost his grip in this game. And at this point, I'm seeing blood here for ChronoJJ. He's found himself. He's got an opportunity here to win. He's going to be trying to use it. He can't build his own Titan at this point. And this Titan over here for Horror is not really doing all too much. But maybe he's just going to try and defend the wonder with it. But it's always a risky business. Why? Why are you doing this? It's okay. It's a game delaying tactic. If you don't have any position, if you're losing your position over here, all this does is slows down the, I guess, the push, but it doesn't stop it. It just slows it down. And you see some Hippocon coming in. Let's pick off these catapult. Down center will go down there for ChronoJJ. Titan coming over here to pick off these guard towers as well. And the Titan taking some damage. Not really doing too much though, which feels bad. Atlanta coming in. Yes, all you have to do to pick off these Titans as Greek is get out Heliopoli, get out 4 heroes, chase it around. That's how you defend against it. We've watched enough games to know that here. Now the what is this Pharaoh doing here? Why are you empowering this? He just really loves the catapults. He needs another rock or something to come over to catapult drop. Alright. Atlanta now going down. She is the mightiest of Greek warriors. The only current Greek warrior with the bravery to go up against the Titan. And she's made the Titan retreat! She wins the fight! She's forcing the Titan away! What absolute stellar courage coming out of this lone Greek hero. And the Titan is running away in fear. And, oh no, he's decided to turn around and it's looking like Atlanta will fight a valiant fight but fall down. However, her brethren have arrived. Polyphemus, Theseus, and Hippolyta going after the Titan now. And the Titan is just bashing away and this is not a good fight for the Titan at all. Especially when you consider your ability to just walk away, you know? You can just walk away. And there's 8 catapult here. I can't even, like, what are you doing with these catapult? Make some units. Get some spearmen out. Get some chariot archers. What spearmen do you have? He still hasn't got the Horus upgrades. No Horus upgrades makes spearmen sad. The Titan coming up, not the Titan, the Wonder coming up. 4 villagers building this Wonder though. Whoops. Pretend like you saw nothing there. Bizarre. Did you have villagers getting built? No? No villagers? Oh, there's more villagers coming out. And, I just don't... Okay, more rock raids. I guess because the Hippolyta's over here, he knows he can do this without too many issues. And I guess he could potentially get 3 town centers down, but it's 4 population plus 3 population. So you have 8 catapult. Oh god, he's gonna lose them to the towers? Super close. It's 8 catapult with 4 population. 24, 27 population in just catapult. Getting flown around in a rock. We're now having to drop the catapult right on top of all these Hippocon. The Hippocon are going to just pick these off so fast. While the catapult do a lot of damage, they've only got 115 HP. I'm just interested for half a second. Yeah, that's similar HP to the Petropolis as well. And meanwhile, ChronoJJ getting his town center up here while the Titan is just chilling here, fighting the heroes of the Poseidon. I do not know. Atlanta getting pulled away. Polyphemus getting pulled away. Now a town center up for ChronoJJ. Let's try and build some more villages out. Okay. Should have tried to get out another Atlanta. She builds quite fast, right? Atlanta has like a build speed of 23 seconds. You can get that out in the time it takes the Titan to take this down. More catapult going after the town centers of ChronoJJ. Just still sitting at 125 population. He needs more villages. Needs more villages. Another rock. Oh, the rock just chilling there. Town center coming back up. Titan does manage to take down this town center. Finally, the Polyphemus, Theseus, Hippolyta just going to town on Horror's Titan here. And if we've learned anything from Titan lessons, we can know that this is not what you should do. The best thing you can possibly do with a Titan is your town center raid. Sort of like those rock catapult were doing. But after you kill the town center, you kill all these farms. You kill all these farms. And you kill all these farms. Because if you check out ChronoJJ's wood situation, imagine him losing all these farms means he loses all that food, which means he can't reproduce the villages he loses that the Titan kills while killing the town center. So it's a little bit of a thing that feeds into each other, a logical series of events. But instead, this Titan has just spent his entire life here fighting against the most valiant heroes ever assembled. The Avengers of the Poseidon army. Or the Poseidon civilization thing. The Majiggy. And now the Titan is going to fall. And this Wonder is at 7,600 HP. And ChronoJJ is making his way forward with the fortress. Horror sitting at 140 population with only 8 or 9 villages gathering resources currently, but he has so much food economy. It does cost him quite a bit to buy food here, but with 6,000 gold in the bank, it's not a bad idea to just buy it. But it hurts my soul to see this Wonder just going up so slow. But Horror trying to get this town center back for himself. And this Titan needs to clear out these walls or something, just help out just a little bit here. You see the Titan still chilling around this town center, trying to defend it, but it's a slow process, that's for sure. Another catapult drop here from Horror, and I think this one's going unnoticed by ChronoJJ, who's focusing up here onto this location. They're trying to prevent the town center from going up. The Titan getting jabbed by the villagers. These villagers don't do that much damage at all, and it just slaps them to death there. And now the villagers moving out, going to be able to kill off these catapult. Oh, we're not paying attention. Needs to get these up. It's going to be close if he doesn't. The villagers are repairing, but he needs to just click on the catapult. No, it's too late. It's too late. 2 more shots. Maybe 1 more shot after that. Oh, he does it. He does it. Is it going to be there? Okay, he kills 1. 2 shots. And he goes down. No. ChronoJJ. Why? Why? The Titan's still alive at 79 HP. Just look at this guy. He's doing work. And the Petropolis coming in to finish this one off. With them just destroying everything over here. More catapult coming in. Gonna prevent this town center from going back up again. It's funny, ChronoJJ actually wants to leave the Titan alive at 21 HP at this point so that he can get his town center back up. Because if he doesn't, then it's going to mean that Horror gets an extra 20 population to play with. So actively not trying to kill this would actually kind of be the right way to play it for the time being. But does give the population back, and Horror instantly fills it up. Still spamming out Mercenary and everything else. And the Wonder is at 10,000 HP. Still with only 7 villagers building it. The slowest Wonder built ever. And even after all of that, Horror trying to get this town center for himself. He's not been able to secure it. Absolutely insane. Now ChronoJJ picking off some of these spearmen here. The town center going to be back up as well. There's no catapult here. More houses coming up. Some catapult get through, but they decide to go after some towers here. And if you go after the towers, Poseidon gets these militia, and they are nothing to be joked about. 10.5 damage a second, 129 HP, only cost 1 population. It's pretty big. It's pretty big. Very strong units. Now it's looking like ChronoJJ's got complete control up in this location here. He can grab this town center for himself and then continue making his move. He's got to go for more rock drops. Why, horror? It's done nothing for you. This entire game. Okay, now he's throwing up the walls. We're going big defenses. He's got Citadel walls. These are, it's like 2,640 HP walls. Let's see if he can defend. He's not going to get this town center back, so it's going to be 140 population. Basically just mercenary because he's full population in eco. Still building villages out of his town centers when he's got zero food. Wouldn't be surprised to see just watchtowers or ballast towers just get spammed up here. Just want every single villager building one of them at this point. But not doing that one just yet. So giving ChronoJJ some time here. It's 10 minutes. 10 minutes for this wonder to complete its mission of staying alive. But Horror still sitting over here. He's got 3 catapult queued up. Just a lot of catapult really. Just chilling in the siege works there. And the town center, can it come back up? Well, will he get it up? There's catapult here. Click on it. Horror. Click on the town center. Do it. Yes. He's done it. He stops the town center. Nice one, Horror. Give yourself some time here. Walls going up everywhere, but the Hippocon coming around, going to be picking off this catapult. Still no towers up though for Horror. He's throwing, well, he hasn't thrown up wall segments, but he could throw up wall segments as well, but just needs to build up Ballista Tower to pick off the Hippocon and the Heteroi that might come in, Heteroi raids. Force out basically pure siege, so then your mercenary can actually do something, and you may be okay. But we will be seeing that gold economy start to go down very drastically soon. Maybe time to bring this Pharaoh back, potentially, instead of empowering a 99% complete siege works, but you know, who knows? Maybe he knows something I don't. Now Polyphemus, look at him go, moving in. What a tank of a unit, 792 HP with Bucknalia. Oh, disgusting. Imagine if you get like Olympus parentage as well with Polyphemus. I have so much HP. Now ChronoJJ, he's got the siege. He can move forward slowly here. Don't want to do this too fast. You got 8 minutes. Move forward with walls. There's this pesky gold mine with 112 gold here, so you can't really wall too close to it, but you can wall up to here. Make sure you set these up before you go up to the town center, so the mercenary can't pick off your catapult, and then you're golden. So you just have to pick off this tower here, pick off the houses and everything else. Take it nice and slow. More towers going off horror over here. Another rock? What are you doing, my dude? At this point, ChronoJJ, yeah, he has. At this point, ChronoJJ is just leaving a Politer in his base. It's like, why not? Like, the rock's just not going to do anything with Hippolyta there. Now the catapult moving forward. The mercenary cavalry are coming out though. They will be able to pick these off very fast. We'll see if it's going to be an issue or not. Where are all the villagers for Horror? He's just all over the place. A bunch of villagers trying to build walls over here, but he's being pushed through into his base. And these are open catapult here. If you had these mercenary over the other side here, you could pick them off. And now all these champion units moving in, bunch of spearmen coming in for Horror, but there are the Hippaspis here. We do have greatest of the 50 out, and I believe that would mean that Horror's probably grabbed the other one because I think it doesn't show up in the little details thing. The Silver Colossus coming out for ChronoJJ as well. Has 1 Petropolis, so she's getting sniped by the mercenary cavalry. And now the Hippocon are piling onto the town center with no Pharaoh empowering this one. The Colossus and the Metropolis did get picked off, but the Colossus will be able to come in and probably pick this one off. You can grab these Hippocon to start swinging away at these Alt-Est villages here to slow down the repair rate. And the Colossus is going to start swinging here. Does 50 crush, 70 or 20 hack damage, so it's going to tear this down quite fast. More Petropolis coming in, more Silver Colossus coming in. A Catapult's here to help out, but while it does quite a bit of damage to the Colossus, it's a really slow attack, really. But now the town center's down. That's no more trade route, no more mercenaries. You only have the one town center producing mercenary. This wonder is completely open, and there's 6 minutes left. It's looking like ChronoJJ is going to be able to make his move into the base of Horror and command the position, throwing down some stables over the side as well for the backup Heteroi to just push in and kill this wonder down. It does have a lot of HP though, 13,998 with Sun-Dried Mudbrick, with Architect, so it's going to be up for a while even when you start attacking it. So you do have to make sure you get onto it nice and early. But Horror sitting at 110 population, has no watchtowers up around this town center, has no extra houses being built, has all of these camel caravans chilling over here doing nothing. And do I see that right? He's deleting camel caravan while he's still building camel caravan. I just can't even. More Petropolis coming in. And now the Silver Colossus, which have no real counter in this situation, are coming in. And this wonder is going to be torn down as the Heteroi, the Hippocon, the Colossus, the Petropolis just doing all of the damages. A rock coming out of here. You could probably... This does damage when it dies, right? You can probably delete this on a Petropolis. It might do some damage. Is that a thing? Not sure it's a thing. Rock's gonna pick up the wonder. And the wonder is looking mighty dead already, but still gonna be able to survive for just a little bit longer. 5,000 HP. The repair rate is so slow on the wonder. So seeing the Pharaoh come over, I don't think you can, or you can empower it, so you can make the repair rate come up quite a bit. And all these camel caravans are going to be chilling around here to block the wonder, but we'll see how fast. I think he basically has to get the Pharaoh to pick off the Silver Colossus and then empower the wonder and try and get it to survive here. Horror's still sitting at full population somehow, not spamming out mercenary anymore though. Needs to get those to come in here, and this wonder is getting so close to its demise. 2,000 HP left here, and the Colossus does go down, and he's choosing to empower a Baluster Tower instead of the wonder. Oh, feels bad. And the villagers coming in to grab the town center. The wonder goes down. And Horror has nothing left to show for all of the good things that was going on this game. And he's only got himself to blame for it. He had this game in the bag. And he threw it away to ChronoJJ. GG. Well played. Very, very entertaining game, that's for sure. And ChronoJJ gets his comeback win. The never give up, never surrender attitude of the old boys is going to be a thing to be dealt with for a millennia to come. And the stories will be passed down as we grow old together. But seriously, no, it was a really good game. A bunch of funny things going on here. I love the Dionysus showing off that Dionysus is a decent pickup for Poseidon, making these use of these Hippocon into the late game with the extra HP. You get an extra 105 HP by getting Champion Hippocon, by getting Bacchanalia, by getting Thracian horses, and it's just insane. You just get so much HP. So really, really cool game there. And yeah, we'll move on to another game really soon. Hope you're enjoying the stream so far, and we'll get the next game going in a few minutes.